Hi, good morning. It's 7:30 in the morning. Going to quickly chuck and cook into the slow cooker before getting dressed ready for work. Today's recipe is from my recipe book, The UK Slow Cooker. However, I am doing pork ragu pasta. Sounds very fancy, and I've got the ingredients out on my tabletop. But the book says that I'm supposed to start it off in a pan and fry it and boil it and do all sorts of things. No, we're chucking and cooking, and let's see if it turns out okay, whether it's a chuck and cook or a cook and chuck. Right, let's get going. First of all, I'm supposed to heat a large pan, which I'm not doing. Put the pork and flavour it with salt plus pepper. Need the salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. I shop at Asda, I shop online, can't be doing with trolleys going in and around the supermarket, so I try and get own brand as much as I can. Take the lid off. We've got some lean diced pork here. Going to chuck it in. No preamble. Now it says to season it with some salt and pepper, so let's just do a sprinkle of that and that. Okay, next, cook for 3 to 4 minutes, which you're not doing. Add the onions, right, okay, so chop an onion. I like to use red onions, I just think they're a bit softer in flavour. And shove it in. Again, that's supposed to be added to a pan. Add the garlic. Now garlic, I've got to fast cheat. The real thing without the chopping. We need 5 garlic cloves minced. Well, I'm just doing 5 teaspoons because 1 teaspoon is a garlic clove. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Couldn't be easier, couldn't be cleaner. Brilliant. Love this stuff. Okay, so that's the garlic in. Pour the wine. Oh yes, we got wine. I've nicked this little bottle from the advent calendar I got my husband a year ago. So we're going to use that. Now I need to get my measuring jug. There we go, beaten up measuring jug to do 100 ml. I just chose a random wine. It had like an Italian lid on. I thought that'll do. So 100 ml. Now normally in the pan it would boil down. We're all adults, quite a bit left for later. We're all adults in this household, so if it doesn't quite burn off the alcohol, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to put the kettle on to make the broth, which is actually just a fancy name for a chicken stock cube. So I'm just going to quickly do this while the kettle boils. And while the kettle's boiling, I am going to get the tin opener and open our tins of tomatoes. So I'll speed up this part of the video. Right, kettle's boiled. Pour that in, 150 ml of chicken broth. Basically water and a stock cube. Give it a bit of a stir round, get it going, and next we're going to put in the chopped tomatoes, tomato paste and chicken broth. So let's just chuck it in. Chopped tomatoes. Tomato puree, how much am I supposed to be putting in? 30 grams, so this is a tube of 200. Let's just guess. Oh, I'm not faffing about. Chucking it in. Put some there, so let's get that in as well. Okay, chicken broth goes in. Super. Now, next one, weird one, 5 grams of sugar. I'll have to dig the sugar out. I did wonder whether to leave this out, so I don't know how much 5 grams is. I'm just going to sprinkle some in. That'll do. I don't want it too sweet. I'm not a fan of sweet in a main meal. So we've just put a little bit of sugar in, just to show willing. Thyme. Got some thyme here, 5 grams of thyme. Again, I'm not measuring anything, so we'll just sprinkle. That'll be right. And what else? Oregano. Again, 5 grams. So sprinkle that in. Season again with salt and pepper. Season again. Okay. Right, seasoned again. Stir well and let it simmer. It did say about having bay leaves in the recipe, but it doesn't say when I add it. I think I'm supposed to add it now. I'm going to stir it first with my little spoon. I'll get you a closer view of the slow cooker now. Okay, so that's what it looks like now. Now also in the recipe it said I was supposed to have 3 medium carrots, which it hasn't mentioned when I add them. Well, I'm not peeling and chopping carrots at this time of day, so here we go. Mixed frozen veg instead of chopping 3 carrots. I'll add those in. That'll do, that's about 3 carrots worth, isn't it? And again, it didn't say when to add a bay leaf, so let's just add one now. Give it another stir. Looks a nice portion. I've got our son here tonight staying with us, so he'll be able to try it as well. So that's 3 adults for tea. Let's hope it's a chuck and cook and not a cook and chuck, otherwise we'll be on tinned soup. Okay, switch it on. We're going to put it on low. It's now 20 to 8, so that took 10 minutes, and I'll see you back in 10. Not minutes, hours. See you then. Hi, I'm back from work. It's time to check the slow cooker and see how it's got on whilst I've been away. It's smelling really good, so fingers crossed. Let's give it a stir, bit of a taste, and add the last elements. Okay, here's our slow cooker. Taking the lid off and having a good look at what's happening. Okay, giving it a little stir. All right, now we need to taste it because of the wine. I want to see what's happened with the wine, see what the flavours are like, see what the meat is like before I add any of the pasta. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of the sauce first. Oh, I've got a pea. Lucky me. That is so yummy. Right, I want to try a little bit of the meat. I was expecting it to be quite shredded with not putting it in the pan to begin with. Look at that, that's quite a big chunk of pork there. Okay, so this is the pork. Oh, it's falling apart. Look at that. Don't even really need a knife. It's just really, really soft and lovely. Let's have a taste. Now, really, really yummy. Really nice texture. It might have had a bit more flavour to it if it had been sealed beforehand, but it's very, very nice. It is a ragu, so we need some pasta to go with it. I have got some fresh tagliatelle, which I would normally bring the water to the boil and simmer, and that would be for 4 minutes. So I'm going to add it into the pot and put the lid back on for, I'm going to give it a little bit longer because it's not simmering. Maybe, I might try 6 minutes. Okay. So we've got 3 adults, so okay. Am I going to be able to stir this? I haven't used all of the bag, so I could freeze this to use another time and give it a stir just so it's got a bit of a head start. Lovely. Pop the lid back on, leaving it on low, and we'll come back in 6 minutes. Okay, hopefully it's ready. We're going to do a serving into the bowl and see what people think. Pop a little bit in for a testing plate. Put a bit of meat in, we don't want any fights over the meat. Okay guys, get your forks, have a taste, get a bit of pasta, get a bit of meat, a bit of sauce.
Not meat.
So, what do you think? Is it a chuck and cook?
Yes.
It's a chuck and cook.
It's a chuck and cook. Right, let's get it served onto our proper plates and enjoy. Oh, I'm so pleased it was a success. I'm going to serve into 3 bowls, sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on and enjoy. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that you join us next time. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. See you then. Bye.